Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is Baruch Broadcasting, Thursday, February 5th. Game time, 5:30. Baruch women versus Hunter women.
Testing, testing, testing.
I hear you, Mandeep. I wonder if he hears me. Hello, hello.
Testing.
I hear you, Mandeep. I wonder if he hears us. John, do you hear us? John, this is a Manhattan.
Testing, testing, testing.
He said okay. He was making things with his hands, but does that mean yes? John, can you hear us? This is Houston. What? Oh.
Good evening, New York City, and welcome to the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. It is your 2026 Battle of Lexington between the Hunter Hawks and your Baruch College Bearcats. We have doubleheader CUNYAC action alongside Joe Stolzer. I'm David Just, always one of the biggest nights of the year, and we welcome a 15-6 Hunter Hawks team in here, Joe, with the nation's leading scorer in Alexa Charles.
Well, happy Thursday, David. Happy Thursday, Baruch Nation. Of course, we're dealing with the cold weather outside, but in here tonight, it's going to be like a sauna because one of the great events of the year, Battle of Lexington, must see in person, and hopefully you can enjoy it at home. But David, I want to start tonight with Baruch John Jay the other night. A very tough loss for the Lady Bearcats. John Jay amassing 65 rebounds in the game. And also, Baruch shot 1 for 14 from 3, didn't help themselves, and they turned it over 23 times. That's been a problem.
I was going to say, kind of the story of the season, Joe, here. At least, with about four games remaining, how often Baruch's turning over the ball and giving the opponents extra opportunities.
Yeah, we're going to have to see a big ensemble showing from Baruch tonight, David. I don't think it's going to be one person. I think it's going to be Idea. It's going to be DeLuca. It's going to be Castellaria. Of course, Thornton Lewis. As you said, one of the premier players in CUNY is Charles for Hunter. So let's see how she does her thing tonight.
Back after a 3-game absence, averaging over 31 points per game. I think the buck really starts and stops with her, Joe. Talking about a 15-6 Hunter team, and also Baruch on right now a fringe playoff spot, 5 seed. However, really kind of trying to figure out, can they still get a home court advantage for that first round? Tonight's almost a must-win if they want to succeed there.
By the way, Hunter has some size down low, and that's always been a problem for the Lady Bearcats, 5'10", and I believe 5'11".
Yep, and we'll see Paulina Bonilla starting tonight as well, giving them that 5'11" size in the paint.
But the Baruch has a huge home advantage. This place is going to be rocking. It's going to be like a Kiss concert in Madison Square Garden.
So the Arc Arena is filling up. The teams are getting ready for your national anthem. And for that, we'll send it over to John Neves, both for your national anthem and your starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Baruch College Arc Arena for this evening's Battle of Lexington doubleheader. Our first contest today in women's basketball features the Hawks from Hunter College against your Baruch College Bearcats. At this time, we will please rise and stand to honor members of the fighting of our national anthem. To sing our national anthem, please welcome from the Baruch College softball team, Melanie Rojas.
Stop.
senior from the Bronx, New York, number 42, Gianna Henry. A senior from Docklands, New York, number 15, Kennedy Moore. A senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 3, Montana Murray. A freshman from Little Lake, New York, number 2, Paulina Bonilla. And a senior from Terrytown, New York, 0, Alexa. Now let's meet the Baruch College Bearcats.
So the anthem has been sung, the lineups are in, and we are moments away from the tip-off. Baruch trying to end the 2-game losing streak with back-to-back losses against Brooklyn College and John Jay against the Hawks of Hunter, who are currently in second place in the CUNYAC at 8-2 in the conference, 15-6 overall. Baruch coming at 5-5 in the conference.
David, do you notice change in the starting lineups for Baruch? Thornton Lewis is inserted, and she's really the sharpshooter off the bench. I think, it's Coach K looking to get off the, quickly with some shooting. Obviously, we look for Castellara to be the, who has to get off to a quick start. Obviously, Idea has got to really knock down shots. And also, really, it's about Lola getting it done. Morales.
So it'll be Hunter to start it off here in the first half. Ball swung on her. Durai now on the near side. Ball cross-court pass to Charles. She's back after a 3-game absence. Mid-range jumper too strong. Morales able to out-rebound against number 34, Henriquez, bringing 6'4" size to the front court for the Hawks.
Well, Morales has just gotten better and better, David, as the games have gone on. She just does it on both ends, and she plays a full 40 minutes.
So Thornton Lewis has it up top, gives it over to McCray on the far side. Idea touching it up top of the key. Charles out on her. Thornton Lewis gets her first shot up. Shot just a bit short, no good. Long rebound out to Charles, and she'll bring it into the front court over to Murray on the Bearcat symbol. Castellari out on her.
Yeah, Idea and Castellari did not get a touch on their first possession. That's got to be your beginning formula.
And the Bearcats setting up in the 2-3 zone in the early going. Shot way short. Once again, McCray battling against Henriquez, able to box out, get the rebound here for the Bearcats. Castellari now into the front court on the near side. Cross-court pass. Idea pulling deep three. Shot no good. However, Morales scores for the rebound. Inside to McCray and lays it in. And Joe, we kind of see early McCray coming off the bench last game, starting this game, seeing Morales and McCray in the front court to combat some of that size.
David, I think Coach K feels something in this game, and you can't go wrong with McCray on either end.
And Henrique is able to catch inside the paint right there. And lay it in easy, Joe. Just too easy. You can't have Henriquez catching the ball 2 feet from the basket.
No, you can't give her that real estate. You got to deny somehow.
And a steal there by Charles. She can go coast to coast and lays it in.
Well, that's the turnover that's been bothering Baruch in these last few games. It could be a factor tonight. And
you spoke about it, Joe, kind of in the pregame about one of your keys to the game. Baruch just really limiting those turnovers as we see it there, turning it back over to the Hawks on the jump ball.
They're just making it harder for themselves by just coming up with an empty possession. Every possession, David, is critical. I mean, that's a cliche, but it is determining a win or a loss.
Inside out, Charles pull up, straightaway three, shot way off, trying to get her rhythm back. However, offensive rebound there by number 15, Derai, as she's able to lay it in, and just like that, the Hawks have a 4-point lead.
David, Baruch has got to get better at screening and boxing out. They've been hurt by offensive rebounds.
Morales, one dribble, pull up off the glass, and backs that one in.
Wow, I couldn't make that shot if my life depended on it, David. Perfect geometry on that shot by Morales.
So now it's Derai up top. Thinks about the shot, takes a look, instead gives it up to Murray. Inside pass to Bonilla at the free throw line. Charles takes the pick from Bonilla outside to Murray on the near side. Derai has to corral that one, dribbles back out. 7 to shoot here for the Hawks. Charles takes the pick from Henriquez over to Murray on the near side. She'll pull the three. Shot too strong, no good. Derai, though, on the offensive glass. Inside, trying to finish with the left hand, can't get that one to go. Ball still batted loose. It was Bonilla who got the putback opportunity. Shot no good. However, Charles, mid-range, also no good. Henriquez there for another offensive rebound for the Hawks and lays it in.
David, that was 6 offensive rebounds in one possession by Hunter.
So Morales, nice find there, trying to find Castellaria. That gets knocked away. It was both Bonilla and Murray with their hands on it, and it'll stay right there with the Bearcats.
What the Lady Bearcats are trying to do is set up Morales either at the foul line or inside it, and then she can shoot it or look to play a two-man game with possibly McCray.
And a three there.
Well, Thornton Lewis is like Idea. She is your three-point shooter.
She's trying to find rhythm early as she's now 1 of 2 from downtown in the first 4 minutes of ball game. Now it's Bonilla over to Derai on the far side.
Now Baruch has got to locate. Well, not on that shot, but they really got to do a good job of fundamental basketball, finding a man, screening and boxing out.
Thornton Lewis battling here on the near side with Murray. That should stay with the Bearcats. It does, right in front of the Bearcats bench, and Baruch struggling a little bit here on this possession with the full court press from the Hawks.
Well, Baruch has got to not stop their dribble. They got to advance it over half court.
And Idea now over to Castellaria. Has the open McCray underneath. Couldn't get the ball to her. She was double teamed. Thornton Lewis inside out. Castellaria near side three. And just like that, it's a 1-point game. Back-to-back threes. And the Bearcats trail 11-10.
Well, the key players, except for Idea, are in the scoreboard, which is great. Great start for the Lady Bearcats.
Henriques gets it, put one dribble, floater in the lane, off the glass, no good. Able to get her own rebound, though. Shot blocked on the way up. I think it looked like there might have been some contact. I guess they're saying it was all ball. Either way, now ball's loose on the deck. It's going to be Bonilla, it's going to be Thornton Lewis, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Well, that hot potato was because Hunter is really active on trying to keep the ball alive to get a possession.
So Mia Fuller checking into the ball game for the Hawks.
Now, Baruch can't stop their dribble. They've got to advance the ball.
Now Castellaria inside, bounce pass to McCray. And she got fouled on the way up. Should be 2 shots here for McCray. Let's see who they got the foul on. The foul there's going to be on number 1, Fuller, who just checked into the ball game.
Now, Castellaria's got to have the confidence. If she gets that ball in that deep, she's got to go up. I understand she wants to be a good teammate, but when you're in that close, just take the high percentage shot.
And McCray gets the first.
We can't say enough, David, about McCray, her consistent play game after game.
And off on the second. As now Charles has it on the Bearcats symbol, gives it over to Murray on the far side. Ball swung around the perimeter. It's going to be Dury on the 3. Are they going to call it a 3? They're going to say it was a, I think they called it a 2. Yep, they called it a 2 on the floor. 13-11.
Yeah, she was wide open.
And Morales inside to McCray. Good find. And Baruch really hurting the Hawks in transition. Some tired legs here for the Hawks.
This has been an accumulative thing, David. Baruch has been successful with the two-man game, and they come right out tonight and are doing that in the first quarter. Even though it's 13-13, Baruch has a slight edge in momentum.
Castellari, jab step, working on Dury on the near side. Fuller covering Ideer. Cross-court pass to Thornton Lewis. Ooh, a little aggressive there from Murray. Now Ideer's going to pull the 3. Shot too strong. Ball still loose, though, on the deck. Fighting for it is Henriques and McCray. Henriques comes away with it, and now it's Murray into the front court for the Hawks.
They have to go back to Castellaria from the perimeter.
Cross-court pass to Dury. Step-back jumper from the mid-range. Off back iron, no good. Henriques hits the deck. She's been on the floor a bunch tonight, fighting for loose balls. Ideer eventually comes away with it. And, Aaron passes. She got a little too excited trying to hit Morales in transition. It's going to go back to the Hawks.
Well, Morales and McCray are doing an incredible job in the paint. So active, and they're really not being hurt by the size of Hunter. Baruch has made adjustments.
And a 3 there from Alexa Charles here on the near side as she's trying to regain her rhythm.
Yeah, you can't let her go off, David. Get confidence.
And
Isabella's got to finish.
couldn't finish at the basket there, trying to go off the glass. Now Murray inside to Dury, and Dury able to pump fake and finish off the glass. And it's a 16-15 Hawks lead coming in on 3 minutes remaining. Ooh, dangerous pass there. Trying to find DeLuca underneath the basket, and Dury comes away with it.
Well, Coach K going to Brianna Lopez after that turnover.
3 there by Alexa Charles. Ball batted out. DeLuca runs it down, up ahead to Castellari into the front court. Castellari finds a wide-open idea. She'll pull the 3. They're going to say she took too many steps, though, and it's going to go back to the Hawks.
Well, it was a good idea because Baruch wants to get over so Hunter can't set up. So that was a good shot. It just didn't fall. But you don't want Hunter to set up. Baruch wants to be a step ahead in their offense. Now, Brianna Lopez in the game, we always say that she could be that floor general, great passer, also penetrates exceptionally well, gets to the basket.
And Dury left open here on the near side. Shot around and out. No good. Offensive rebound, though, from Murray. Lopez knocks that one away. And Baruch kind of fell asleep there, though, on the defensive end, getting a wide open 3 here on the near side.
David, thankfully, my favorite rim was true to character. The ball spun out when basically it should have gone down.
Murray trying to kick it outside to Charles. DeLuca comes away with it, though, here on the steal. Trying to find a cut in Castellari. That ball got batted on the way through, and Charles comes down with it for the Hawks, now into the front court. Gives it over to Fuller. Bounce pass inside to Charles. Charles looking for options. Cross-court pass to Dury. Dury spinning on Lopez. Left-handed shot off the glass. No good. Ooh, Lopez just mistimed her leap for that rebound, and now it's Charles on the far side. That one goes halfway down. Once again, not dropping. And Castellari the other way here for Baruch.
Well, McCray just hasn't stopped battling since the game started.
And an errant pass there by Castellari. Now to Charles, mid-range jumper. May have rushed that one just a bit. However, another offensive rebound here for the Hawks. And it's Charles over to Fuller up top.
The offensive rebound for the Hawks is really growing.
An entry pass there knocked away. I think it was left off Morales. So it'll stay away with the Hawks underneath as Peng checks into the game for the Hawks. And Ideer quickly back into the game for Castellari for the Bearcats.
Right now, Lola DeLuca and Ideer have to really man the offense for Baruch.
So now Ideer, near side pass to Lopez. Baruch trying to hit in transition. Entry pass there for DeLuca.
Now, in this timeout by Coach K, David, he's got to tell his team, you are really hyped up because it's a Battle Lexington, but you got to slow down. You're in too much of a hurry, and the offense is suffering.
So with 1:36 left here in the first quarter, Baruch want to talk things over, trailing by 5 as they trail the Hawks 18-13. You're watching the Battle of Lexington on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
David, I think if Baruch takes a little more time and distributes the ball, they'll settle down and their offense will benefit. Right now they're playing too fast and it's causing them turnovers and come up empty on possessions.
Yeah, and already 9 offensive rebounds in the early part of the ball game for the Hawks, giving them a bunch of second opportunities.
Yeah. Baruch is right there, but they just have to settle down. Charles is not really off to a big start, which is a good thing.
And there's a review going on here at the scorer's table, so both teams will stay with their benches with 1:36 here remaining in the first.
David, I just want to shout out, we have a really big crowd on both sides, which is great. Of course, the most loyal fans, Alex Arena and Carmelo sitting across from half court. And tonight is going to be memorable because it's going to get loud by the time the men take the floor at 7:30.
The out-of-bounds call has been overturned. Hunter will not be charged with a timeout.
So the chat, there was a review there. It sounds like Hunter will not be charged with a timeout as the Adam. Which I'm not fully understanding because I think Baruch took the timeout, but either way, it's going to be Fuller's ball with the Hawks here in the front court.
We didn't get a lot of communication.
Murray now up top to Charles on the near side, pulls a near side wing three over Idea after missing 3 games. Charles still trying to find the hot hand. The leading scorer in Division III, averaging over 31 points per game.
Now, Lopez has got to call for the ball, and she's got to handle it, bring it up.
And Baruch have been efficient on the offensive end. They're just giving so many extra opportunities. You look at already the shot totals here in the first quarter, 25 for Hunter, only 9 for the Bearcats. Baruch are 5 from 9, though, from the field.
Yeah. So it's a little bit off center for the Bearcats. But, David, in this environment tonight, they should be able to get together.
Entry pass into Charles. Her shot just left a bit short. She's 2 of 10 so far here in the first quarter, predicting to put up a high volume of shots tonight between her and Dury as Idea steps into a straight-on 3, and she knocks that one down. And just what the Bearcats needed, Joe. Idea trying to find the hot hand here in the first.
Idea has been a model of consistency this year on both ends of the floor.
As DeLuca gets the rebound there. Good defense there by Idea. Up ahead to McCray. Dangerous pass. DeLuca turns it over. Ball still loose on the deck. Idea pops it out to Morales. Idea wide open 3. One dribble. She'll pull. Ooh, couldn't hit that one as the crowd was ready to erupt.
Yeah, David, we would have had a noise record had that shot gone down. That would have been a big turnaround.
And they're calling the blow the whistle there. The foul there's on Morales. And that won't – they're going to call that in the act of shooting, so that'll send Fuller to the line to shoot too.
Well, she kind of was faking that, and she got the call her way.
And Fuller off on the first. And goes 1 of 2 from the line. Mia Fuller, an impressive 75% from the free throw line this season.
Lopez doing a great job advancing the ball And Baruch can get a real quality shot if they move the ball.
They got to go quick, though. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Ideer gets that one stripped, and that'll do it for the first quarter. I don't think they realized necessarily how much time was left in the first. And the Bearcats trail 19 to 16 as we go into the first quarter break. You're watching the Battle of Lexington here in the CUNYAC Conference between Hunter and Baruch on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
Yeah, David, the theme of the first quarter, Baruch was rushing a lot on offense, and you mentioned it defensively. Hunter just got a lot of extra touches. So 19-16, Hunter up by 3. Baruch, no panic, but I believe that they're going to have to slow down and move the ball. They can't stop moving and go back to that two-man game.
And they're doing all this right now with Alexa Charles, the Hawks' leading scorer, only 2 of 10 with 5 points here in the first quarter. If she starts going off, Bearcats need to have an answer.
Well, wouldn't you think the score would be different if Charles only had 2, but Hunter hanging in. We don't want to let Hunter hang around. Now, would you keep Lopez in the game, David, or you go back to Thornton Lewis? Because you need offense.
Yeah, Lopez only getting 3 minutes there in the first quarter. In terms of, you definitely need the offense from Thornton Lewis. We've seen Lopez able to create her own offense on the floor. I just feel like as a whole, the Bearcats haven't gotten so much rhythm on the offensive end too much.
Not too
Granted,
rushing.
They're getting a lot of transition baskets, but in the half court, they've been really disjointed.
So Lopez is in the game. I think, like you say, Coach K believes that she's capable of more offense, Lopez, from the not really a perimeter shooter, but she can get to the basket.
And we've seen some success as well with the zone here as Alexa Charles knocks it down from the elbow.
Well, don't let her get started.
Lopez right into the lane, bounces it off her knee, though, and Charles comes away with the steal.
Well, she had her head down, David.
Murray up and under, reverse lay-in, and able to finish at the basket.
Well, it's a 4-0 start for Hunter. And, again, Hunter is playing with enthusiasm just like the Baruch, even though it's an away game.
And McCray shot blocked on the way up. Now it's Murray into the front court, gives it over to Fuller, puts it on the deck. One dribble inside out. Henriques, who just checked back into the game, near side. Wide open 3, and that's rattled home there by number 20, Stratton, as she gets her first bucket of the evening, and that extends the Hawks' lead to 10.
That's a 7-0 run for Hunter. Now, David, Castellari's not in the game. You lose a tremendous offensive power without her. If she's not going to play, who's going to step up? Right now, Baruch is just running around and really playing into the hands of Hunter. There's no real fluidity offensively for the Lady Bearcats. And defensively, again, Hunter on a 7-0 run.
So Lopez to walk it across the timeline here. It's Murray out on her.
Well, there's no movement, David. At least make Hunter get tired a little bit. Right now they're standing and conserving their energy. You got to move. You got to move, and you also have to move the ball to locate somebody open.
Castellari back into the ball game. Ideer on the near side, takes the pick. Nope, they're going to call a moving screen there by Castellari. Shot's not going to go, and it's going to go back to the Hawks.
Well, once again, there's got to be at least the passing. There's no passing, and, that turnover just came too early in the possession.
So 7-0 run here in the first minute of the second quarter. Henriques inside. That's just too easy, unable to get her shot to go. And she got fouled on after the offensive rebound. They're going to say that was on the floor. Foul there's going to be on number 12, McCray.
Well, they had a foul because she had great inside position. There's no way you can do anything but foul her.
30-second timeout called by the Baruch College Bears.
So Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over. 30-second timeout. Already the second timeout they've used here in the early portion of the second quarter, but they need to start getting something going here and find some of the success they had in the first.
Well, David, every time Coach K's called a timeout, it's because the alarms are ringing, and he's panicking because we don't feel anything from Baruch offensively, defensively. There's a lot of disarray. Now, Hunter's not playing a great game, but just they're outplaying Baruch now.
So it'll be Hawks ball underneath. It'll be Fuller to inbound.
Now, Baruch has got to be aware of this inside advantage that Hunter has.
Charles scoop up and under. Shot no good. But she got fouled on the way through, and we'll go to the line to shoot two. The foul there is going to be on number 14, Idir.
Well, Baruch has got to play fundamental defense. They're just like, letting Hunter do what they want. You got to get down into a stance and get in front of the player. Well, this lead is growing for Hunter very slowly. Baruch has got to get it back one possession at a time.
Bounce pass over to Castellari here on the near side. Now, from Castellari to Morales. Thornton Lewis into the lane. Floater off the glass. No good. Gets her own rebound and able to finish on the putback.
Well, I like the fact that Thornton Lewis got in the lane and took a pull-up. And good hustle on her part, the second attempt.
So now Charles near side Murray. Murray inside to Stratton. Even further inside to Henriques. Good ball movement by the Hawks as they're able to answer quickly. It's 30-18.
David, nothing you can do about it. That's a great pass, a great catch, and very smart of Hunter.
They're going to call an offensive foul there on Thornton Lewis on the screen. And, Joe, to your point on the last Hawks possession, every time you kind of incrementally move it inside against the zone, that central defender has to get stretched out to the free throw line to cover the man, leaving Henriques open on the back door.
Yeah, you got to have defense everywhere, really. You got to have it on the entry and, of course, on the catch, to your point.
But if you're not rotating quick enough from the corners inside to cover the big, and then the other part, which obviously didn't affect the Bearcats then, is if they kick it back out, you're leaving open shooters there.
Even if you had help, she was in too close.
Yeah, you almost need to foul there and test your luck at the free throw line as Morales takes too many steps.
Well, David, if we keep counting the turnovers, we got a lot by halftime. Again, it's plaguing the Lady Bearcats.
Already 13 here in the first half.
Yeah, that's a big number. Well, good hustle, but they turn it over.
Henriques lays it in.
And really, Hunter just, capitalizing on what they got. It's nothing spectacular.
And Morales loses it underneath. They're going to say it went off of her leg last, so it'll go back to the Hawks.
Well, it's 34-18, 6:28 to go. Baruch has got to first really have some stops, and then offensively, they have to see how they can generate offense because they haven't figured that out yet.
21-5 run here in the last 8 minutes and 6 seconds for the Hawks. So and just like that, Baruch get a turnover, though, as DeLuca comes away with it over to Thornton Lewis, and Thornton Lewis could bring it into the front court.
Well, it started right at the beginning of the second period. Hunter went on a 4-0 run.
You also got to remember, Joe, Baruch did lead here. They haven't led, since 8 minutes left in the first. but we had a tie game late into the first quarter, and now it's been a bit blown open a bit here by the Hawks.
Again, the Hawks have taken, what they've been given.
As Stratton straight on three, no good. However, Murray on the offensive glass. And right now the Hawks are just out hustling the Bearcats. Charles wide open back door.
Yeah, I feel there's not enough energy being generated by the Lady Bearcats.
DeLuca, ooh, that one's around and out. No good. Offensive rebound. Nope, they're fighting for it underneath. And they'll go off of Hunter last. So a fresh 20 here for the Bearcats as Lopez back into the game for DeLuca.
Yeah, DeLuca hasn't been her usual self in this game. Now, Coach K's smart. He's got to try different combinations.
Morales into the lane. Shot a bit too strong. Batted out. Thornton Lewis over to Ideer. She'll step into a three. Baruch need that one. No good. Ball still loose. However, Charles finally able to corral that rebound for the Hawks midway through the second quarter. Baruch trail here at the Arc Arena. Now it's inside to Henriques. Shot was blocked by Ideer. They're going to call it a jump ball.
That was great help by Ideer. You're going to have to just really get a fence up down low, which takes away an entry pass and help to create a defense when the ball gets in too low.
Thornton Lewis on the Bearcats symbol over to Castiel-Laurier, driving baseline, pulls back, looking for options through the hands of Lopez. Lopez finds Castiel-Laurier, now over to Precious Mitchell, who just checked into the game. Baseline jumper, no good. Ideer goes in strong and able to finish off the glass.
Well, it's only fitting that Ideer always like somebody that sets the table. Hopefully Baruch can capitalize again off of Ideer, whose stellar play continues on both ends when you need it.
Charles pulls the three on the far side, no good. Ball batted loose. Henriques able to corral. Oh, nope. They're calling that.
Well, come over and look at it.
Henriques, it looked like a one off Henriques last, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
I don't know, David. There's a lot of hands going on. And you got the replay if you need it.
You could argue also at 6'4", just on the reach, Henriques probably got to it. Lopez goes in strong, a little bit wild though. Ball batted out. Castiel-Laurier looking for options now into the paint. Spin around jump shot from the mid-range, able to get that one to eventually drop.
Well, it's going to take Castiel-Laurier. It's going to take Ideer. Everybody on the floor capable of going on a run for the Lady Bearcats. But it's got to begin on a defensive stop.
Peng now over to Charles on the near side. Charles playing heavy minutes in her first game back. Over to Drake on the far side, and she knocks down a three. And the Hunter needed to stop the bleeding as Baruch were on a 6-0 run.
Well, that was uncontested from somebody just in the game.
Castiel-Laurier gives it over to Ideer. Ideer going to pull the three, and she gets that one to go. Another big shot for the Bearcats, and the Bearcats starting to put a nice little run together.
Well,
they're down by 12.
They're going to what works for them. Now, again, they need to stop.
39-27, inside to Henriques. Henriques working against Ideer. Over to Curry on the far side, and got a nice bounce there. Soft touch there by Curry.
Well, shots have been falling for Hunter in this first half.
And two there is going to be by Castiel-Laurier. They're going to say she was inside the arc.
Well, it's heating up here as the temperature drops outside here in the Arc Arena, heating up.
Both teams 3 of their last 4 from the field. Make that 4 of their last 5 for the Hawks as Henriques knocks it down. She's a little sluggish to get back, though. She's been playing a lot of minutes here tonight.
Well, Ideer and Castiel-Laurier have to remain aggressive.
And, Joe, I think this is the best 5 that we've seen Bearcats run out there so far tonight. I think you asked the question earlier, Thornton Lewis or Lopez. How about both?
Well, I think Coach K's doing a good job of, mixing and matching. And I don't know if he can go wrong with either choice. It's just a matter of who gets that touch, and then, you got to stay with them.
And Idea picked near side now to Lopez. Hand off to Castellari. And she knocks that one down. That's going to be just inside, out on top of the key. 43-31, a minute and 40 remaining here in the half.
We've been waiting for Castellari to go have that breakout game. Maybe tonight is that night.
Fuller spinning on Mitchell, inside out. Jumper there by Bonilla, no good, and it's going to go off of Lopez. Last, she may have jammed a finger on the way through, and it'll stay with the Hawks underneath, 12 to shoot.
I wonder if Bonilla is a relation to Bobby Bonilla, former great New York Met from the Bronx, I believe.
So I want to review the last play for a 2 or a 3 with 43-31. Both teams will turn to their bench. Baruch trail by 12, but Joe playing definitely more efficient in the latter part of the second quarter.
Different game, David, the last couple of minutes. Now, I believe the formula is always Isabella Castellaria to have a big game. And then you're supporting players like Idea, Morales, Lola DeLuca. But it all starts with Isabella. So tonight, again, she's feeling it. And hopefully her teammates are, say, hey, keep her going. And we need her at this point.
And Baruch really doing everything right on the offensive end, shooting 52% from the field. The biggest difference is you held the Hawks to 30% from the field in the first quarter, 67% from the field in the second, 10 of 15.
Now, isn't it interesting? Charles is not having a huge game. The high-profile player is not having that game. Everybody else is.
Now Curry here on the near side. Entry pass to Bonilla. Inside out. Ball swung around the perimeter. Once again to Curry. Inside to Bonilla. Going to work. Her shot blocked by Castellari. And now it's Idea the other way. She'll slow things down. Looking for options. Bounce pass into the front court. Lopez finally finds its way to Lopez. And Castellari on the near side wing. A minute remaining here in the second. Castellari, her shot blocked on the way through. I think it was Peng who got a hand on it. Peng now ahead of the pack. Fuller finds her. Peng, wild shot there. Looked like she lost it on the way up. They're going to call a foul, and that'll send Peng to the line.
Peng had no business getting that shot off. She was under the basket, no angle. Castellaria freed herself with that crossover dribble, and it's too bad that she couldn't get the shot off because she made the proper offensive move.
As Peng off on the first.
The thing now with 50 seconds, you want to go into the locker room if you're Baruch 10 or less. Right now they trail by 13.
And they can get a 2-for-1 here. Now Castellari inside out to Lopez. Lopez kicks it outside back to Castellari. Step back three. Shot too strong, no good. And it's going to be Murray here on the rebound for the Hawks. And the Hawks could hold for the final shot.
Well, it was a good shot, even though it was rushed by Castellaria. It's a good shot. She's got to take advantage of that crossover to free herself.
Floater in the lane from Fuller. No good. Curry on the offensive glass. Able to put it back up and extend the lead to 13 going into the break.
Wasn't it funny that that last shot was really the story of the first half? David, the offensive rebounds for Hunter, second chance points, and that's why Baruch sees themselves down 15.
Yeah, check that. It is 15. Good call. Good shout on that one, Joe. And yeah, it's been a tale of two firsts. Like I said, on the defensive end, letting Hunter score 58% from the field. That's going to be a tough way to win basketball games. And really, the zone that worked so well in the first quarter just didn't work as well for the Bearcats in the second.
Statistically, Charles is not having a big game. So that's one last thing you have to worry about. Now, if you didn't know better and you're watching the game, you'd think Baruch was up because Idea knocked down shots, Castellaria knocked down shots.
And they're shooting 48% from the field.
Right. But the problems of that second chance point, second chance possessions, that's the story, David, of this first half.
46 shot attempts for the Hawks, 27 for the Bearcats. Offensive rebounds, 15-6 for the Hawks as well. So,
well, I think Coach K has a lot of things he wants to talk about in the locker room, but I think he's really just got to calm the Lady Bearcats down. They were playing rush until they started to make baskets, but I think he's not happy with the fluidity, and also he's not happy that Hunter led off the period on a run, and they increased it. That you can't be happy about that.
Not at all. And then Charles grew into the game a little bit. It's your point. Struggling from the field, only 5 of 15. She does have 13 on those 15 shots in the first half.
Yeah, I think you need to come out with a clear head and make believe it's a new game, and really that 15-point lead could be erased quickly with some good stops on defense and some good offense.
And you also got right now with the Hawks, 3 players in double figures. You have Charles with 15, Dury with 11, Henriques with 10. I think really in the second half, if you could take away one of those 3 options, the Bearcats can continue to claw back into this one.
Yeah, David Morales has been quiet. Normally we see her either putting it on the floor or having that shot right in the paint. Lola DeLuca, I don't believe, has scored. So, of course, Lopez hasn't scored. So there's like an imbalance. And Baruch only goes as they have that balanced ensemble.
Yep, seeing Idea and Castellaria kind of get a little bit of a hot hand towards the end of the half. But we'll step aside with 12 minutes, about 10 minutes left here in halftime. We'll be back to preview the second half. You're watching the Battle of Lexington women's basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And welcome back to the Arc Arena. It is the Battle of Lexington between the Hawks of Hunter and your Baruch College Bearcats. If you're just joining in, Baruch close first quarter. Hawks really blew it open in the second. They lead by 15 in the half, Joe. And you could argue it's kind of getting to a point where all these regular season games for the Bearcats, they're now playoff games.
Yeah, really, we're running out of tomorrows, David. And, you know, with such a festive environment tonight, you would think the Lady Bearcats would be on all cylinders. But they had their moments in the first half. Let's see if the locker room break, kind of like a, you know, mind check, get your head right. Maybe they're going to just lock in and let the crowd get them a victory. We want to just say before we begin the second half a quick hello to Coach Jose Torres, our incredible, iconic baseball coach. He's been under the weather, hasn't been feeling well. We love you. We wish you well, and can't wait to see you back because you are Baruch Athletics. And our baseball team has had a great beginning to their fall, their spring season. Love the guys. They're working hard. And before you know it, the season's here and their legendary trips to Florida. So get well, Coach Torres.
We are moments away from tip-off here to start the second half. It'll be Hawks ball on the far side to get us underway. It is Stratton starting the second half here for the for the Hawks. With Fuller also in the starting five. Charles, Murray, and Enriques, who also started the game back in. Thornton Lewis, Idir, Castellari, Morales, and McCray for the Bearcats. Sorry, Joe.
Well, David, Charles leads off with a miss on an easy basket. And now Baruch has plenty of time, new game, to get things right. Now, I want to see Castellari get a touch. I want Idir to get a touch.
Now Thornton Lewis outside Idir, but Baruch need to move. 5 seconds to shoot. Idir driving baseline. She gets her pocket picked. And Charles moving in transition here, going left to right. Oh, nice little Euro step there and finished with the right hand.
Well, that's a big-time move by Charles, but you know how that started? A turnover by the Lady Bearcats. They need to have ball movement to make it easier for themselves to get a shot. They're doing everything rushed and in traffic.
Idir gets that one to go from the mid-range on the far side. And
well, you know, she's an answer. We need more of that, but we also need more defensive stops.
Stratton hands it off to Charles. Far side wing three. And just like that, 3 straight baskets on both ends, and it's 51-33, the Hawks lead.
You can't let Charles start to feel good about herself because she's a proven big-time player, and all they need is confidence.
And she's hounding Thornton Lewis and just a little too handsy.
Well, Hunter coach getting a little confrontational here. He's got a big lead. I don't know why he'd get into it with the referees.
Castellari inside out. Idir going to pull the 3 on the near side and knocks that one down from the left wing. A big shot there. It's back to 15, answering the Charles 3 from moments ago.
Yeah, we're getting used to Idir, starting to bring Baruch back.
Enrique's bully ball inside, able to force her way to the spot, working against McCray.
Baruch has got to deny a pass into her somehow.
That's going to go off of Thornton Lewis last. Nope.
Well, I need Idir or Castellari to bring the ball up now. Baruch has to advance the ball. Right now, they're not getting the ball to even half court.
Entry pass now into Henriques, inside out. Murray on the mid-range, shot around and out. No good, and now Idir Brings it up into the front court. Nope, correct that. Castellaria gets it. Misses the layup, though, working against Stratton, and Reeks on the rebound.
Well, great pass by Adair, great catch by Castellaria. She's got to finish.
Charles inside, spins, faces the basket, and able to score.
Well, Charles is off to a good start here in the third quarter, and that doesn't bode well for the Lady Bearcats. Coach K looking to bring Lola DeLuca in the game for a spark.
And Adair hits the cutting McCray as Enrique steps out of bounds as she got the rebound, and so it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Well, right now, Baruch is not finishing, and that's certainly not helping their cause. Just takes a couple of possessions, David, for Baruch to get back in the game.
So Adair has the open look from the far side. Ooh, that one's around and out, no good. Fuller on the rebound. Morales closes her out. Picks her up as Fuller gives a cross-court pass over to Murray on the far side.
We have not heard from Morales at all tonight. McCray is battling.
Three there from Charles, way long, and that's going to go out of bounds back to the Bearcats. So after some quick buckets to start the third quarter, a little bit of sloppy play here and some missed shots on both ends here at the midpoint of the third.
Well, Baruch, it's easy to say. They need high percentage shots now. I would just go to Castellaria and let her go to work. Now, if she's ever going to go to work, David, it's in a game like this where you got a big deficit, and, this is why you have these so-called high-profile players to get you back in the game. We almost had a souvenir here at the desk. I get that ball signed by Mia Castillo. I believe she's in the crowd.
So now Adair swung around the perimeter. DeLuca up top to Castellaria. She takes the pick from Morales. Pulls the three. They're going to say it was a two again, and that's going to make it 55-38.
Right. Well, that's a great three. We needed it. Now defensively we need a stop, and then we're going to come back a couple of more.
Inside to Henriques. Henriques turns inside out, and they're going to call a 3-second violation against Henriques.
Well, obviously that's good defense by Baruch. Now they have to come back with a successful offensive possession. Now, I would let Castellaria go to work again.
And Murray all out on her. Now over to DeLuca inside to Morales. Morales double teamed. They're going to call it travel. Looks like she...
Yeah, David, there was too much traffic. DeLuca, if she would have spun quicker, Morales, if she would have spun quicker, might have gone to the basket.
Yeah, Joe, part of me is wondering if she thought she was a little bit closer to the basket than she actually was as she was trying to cut across the lane.
Yeah, and well, I don't think she expected that much traffic.
Charles now over the outstretched arm of Castellaria and can't let her start to get going. She's got 20 on 20 shots from the field. Up ahead to McCray, who lays it in with the left hand.
Well, you see the confidence that Charles plays with. So that's not good. Baruch is just letting her have her way.
And check that. She actually has 23 now.
Well, she's not done, David.
Inside to Henriques. Cross-court pass Stratton. Stratton wide open three on the far side. Way too strong. However, ball batted around. Still loose. DeLuca and Murray battling for it. Now Fuller pulls the three off right iron. No good. Adair comes away with the rebound. Stratton on her. Over to Morales into the paint. And her push shot, no good. However, McCray on the offensive glass outside of Morales. Probably had Adair for a look. Instead, Morales will take the shot. DeLuca bats it. Back to Morales. Once again, shot no good. DeLuca back to Morales. Morales couldn't hit that one either.
Well, 5 for $1.
And DeLuca all over the glass right now as Morales able to finally corral the loose ball.
Shots are there for the Lady Bearcats.
Morales from the mid-range and gets that one to go. And that gets the crowd off their feet.
Well, Morales is working so hard. You want it to fall for her.
only 2 of 7 from the field, 4 points, but does have those 9 rebounds in 21 minutes of action, and knocks that one out of bounds as Fuller was trying to go to work against Morales there.
Now, it's a 16-point lead for Hunter. If Baruch plays like they're playing right now, we're going to have a different ball game, David. 3:39 left in the period. Plenty of time. But you don't want to take too much time because we're we're deep into the third quarter.
The games are moving quickly. Not a lot of whistles here, Joe, as Drake inbound interior to Henriques. Henriques trying to go to work against McCray. Nice step-through move by the big and able to finish off the glass.
Well, that's a big-time post move by Henrique. You really can't stop that. Now you got to come back and match baskets.
And Ideer can't hit the three. Mitchell battling for it underneath. It's Murray who comes out of the pack with it over to Drake on the far side. Entry pass into Dury. Oh, it looks like her shot was blocked. Nope. They're going to call a foul there on the floor. Let's see who that's on. I think it's going to be on Mitchell.
You know, Hunter's done a good job of passing, and that's led to a lot of shot attempts and baskets. Baruch has been successful with a two-man game. Morales to McCray, Castellaria to McCray as well. We haven't seen that in this game.
And Curry knocks them both down.
Well, the first hurdle, David, is Baruch get the game down to 10 with 2:56 left.
Castellar again hounded there by Murray. Handoff to Ideer now. Far side wing.
Well, Castellaria didn't get a touch. DeLuca didn't get a touch.
Mid-range jumper from Murray. Shot a bit too strong. No good. Mitchell on the rebound, Over to Ideer. Up ahead to Castellaria. Dangerous pass as Murray was there. DeLuca has Morales on the handoff. Nope, DeLuca knocks down the free throw line jumper.
Well, DeLuca, the freshman, we're going to expect some big days from her moving forward.
So it's Murray here on the near side. Entry pass into Henriques. Inside out. Murray had the look. Now go back to Henriques. Morales, nice move there to come in and intercept. Ideer looking for an option. Cross-court pass over to DeLuca. Entry pass to Mitchell. Lays it in off the glass.
Now, who's the catalyst, David? The freshman, Lola DeLuca. Shot. Great pass.
And good hustle by Mitchell to get down the floor. And that's the thing, too. We've seen Henriques have some tired legs, Joe. If McCray or Mitchell can beat her down the floor, Baruch will have numbers consistently. And we've actually seen the Bearcats probably had their most success in transition tonight.
Well, you're absolutely right, David. That's a big miss because that was a momentum builder.
Also, she had a couple of options, too, as Morales pulls up from the free throw line. It's Fuller now with the ball, covered by Ideer in the front court. A minute remaining here in the third in the Battle of Lexington between the Hawks and the Bearcats. Now Henriques going to work against Mitchell. Hands it off inside. That's going to be a travel and back to the Bearcats.
Well, Henrique certainly had a shot there. She had the advantage. So a break for Baruch. Now, I would really look at the clock. I don't want to give Hunter too many more possessions. Let's get a good shot here as the clock winds down. You know, David, as we get on in this game, I would like to see DeLuca as a freshman really get involved and, let the future come quicker.
And a turnover there by the Bearcats. I think they're going to call Morales on it. They will.
Yeah, Morales took a little maybe a hand or forearm to her eye or.
So the Hawks can hold for the final shot. They lead by 16, 62-46.
Well, Baruch, it's no question, needs to stop. They need to end the third period on a positive note.
The ball swung around the perimeter as it looked like number 2, Bonilla, was trying to hit Curry on the far side. Curry was already on her way, cutting to the basket. So it'll go back to the Bearcats with 13. Here comes Castillo-Laurier. Baruch can hold for the final shot. Castillo-Laurier working against Curry, looking for options. Handoff to Idir. Behind the back dribble. Pulls up. Her shot was blocked there, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Baruch trail by 16 at the third quarter break. You're watching Baruch and Hunter, Battle of Lexington, on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
Well, David, that last play was a theme of the game. Baruch was in traffic offensively, no ball movement. They had to rush a shot. It was a better third quarter for the Lady Bearcats. There's a lot of positives that came out, but you know what? Hunter has the lead, and they found a way to maintain it. Now, mind you, Hunter has not played a perfect game, but they've made enough plays to have this lead.
(62-46).
I in this fourth period, David, you know, we know that idea is going to really be a factor. Could be Castellari and Morales. But I believe the freshman DeLuca, this is really going to accelerate her development if she can just have a good fourth quarter.
Baruch going to have to start trading stops for buckets, though, as they need to start cutting into this deficit quick.
Every time the Lady Bearcats inch forward, something happens and they take steps backwards. But I like the fact that Idea has proven to be a leader, and, you know, she's been a big help in critical minutes. I want them to talk to each other and, you know, stay locked in and positive. David, anything is possible with 10 minutes remaining.
So it'll be Castillo-Laurier on the Bearcat symbol, Curry out on her. Near side, shot might have been blocked on the way through. Thornton Lewis's three up ahead now to Charles the other way from Fuller. Charles inside to Dury. She's looking at her hands as the ball goes right through him, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Boy, I'll tell you, you got to marvel at the ability of Charles. Just really a basketball player.
Nice move there by Castillo-Laurier, able to drive all the way to the basket.
Well, that's what she can do, and she needs to do more of that. And you know what? There's no tomorrow, David. She's got to take over this game.
And the foul, let's see what the call is here. So I think there was an issue with the shot clock there.
Oh, boy, I love the reviews, David.
See more tonight than I think we may have seen all season here, Joe.
Yeah, I think that's such great drama. That you're sitting on pins and needles on your chair, and you just don't know where it's going to go.
So I think really what they're trying to look at is I don't think the shot clock and the game clock both started as the Hawks were coming up the floor, so they'll just correct that, and we'll be back underway. We're in the fourth quarter, 9:43 remaining. Baruch got the first basket, need to keep building
David,
off that.
have there been some shot clock problems of late here, the Arc?
Yeah, we had a game, our last game against Brooklyn. In the women's game, the The Bulldogs of Brooklyn got to start with a technical foul that they ended up missing because of shot clock issues.
David, I believe that the fans are going to be treated to an actual DJ here at the Arc.
It is the Battle of Lex, after
So,
all.
you know what? If you're still in the neighborhood, come out, dance a little bit. It's a way to keep warm. And you'll have some good food in between the women's and men's game.
So Fuller over to Stratton, both who are getting a lot of second half minutes. Now Charles up top. Fuller going to pull the three. Shot no good. Charles on the offensive glass. Her shot way too strong. And Morales on the rebound.
Well, the opportunities are there for the Lady Bearcats. They need a basket here.
Now DeLuca, three on the near side. Can't get that one to go. Ball still loose. Morales chases it down. DeLuca inside to Castellari. Oh, that pass got tipped. I think it was Murray.
Well, you got to love the play of Morales, but the turnover.
So now Charles has it up top, slows it down over to Stratton. Extra pass. Shot no good on the far side, and it's going to be Thornton Lewis who comes away with a dangerous play, though, as Fuller should have came away with it. Now Ideer got fouled from behind, and it's going to be side out. But I think Baruch just needs to pick up the tempo here. Kind of overthinking things, especially when it comes to just bringing up the ball up the court.
David, one of the things that worked for them is they've scored when the other team hasn't set their defense. We haven't seen that tonight.
Now entry pass. Inside out over to Thornton Lewis. Ideer gets the ball knocked out of her hand, takes the pick inside to Castellari. She's got to get it up. Castellari pulls from the mid-range just a bit short, and Curry on the rebound for the Hawks.
I'll tell you, that was a great pass by Ideer, falling her body, falling off balance.
Entry pass now, shot no good.
Lola DeLuca on
just
the
a little
defense.
bit short.
Now, we've gone scoreless as the clock is running. There's Lola DeLuca, great pass and great catch, but she can't finish.
And Baruch getting the stops they need, just not able to convert on the offensive end. Stratton gets fouled on the way through by Ideer. And that's going to send Stratton on the line to shoot two.
If I'm Coach K, I'm not going to happy reviewing this film because the opportunities have been there for the Lady Bearcats.
And Stratton off on the first, only 3 of 6 from the line coming into the ball game.
David, isn't Stratton a ski resort?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I knew that name sounds familiar.
And good on the second.
Well, 7:55 left. Plenty of time. I think Castellari just has to continue to look to score. They got to get her the ball.
Now DeLuca back to Ideer, wanted the ball back. Check that, looked at Ideer, wanted the ball back. Now it gets to Ideer.
Well, Castellari's got to go to the ball.
And turnover there by Ideer. Murray shot blocked. They're going to call, Charles shot blocked. The basket's not going to count. It's going to be a jump ball, so it'll stay with the Hawks with 7:27 remaining.
I'll tell you, Charles is living well because she shot that from sitting on the floor.
Drake left wide open on the far side on the inbounds. 3 no good. However, Charles on the offensive rebound. Inside out. Drake now up top, trying to get inside to Henriques. Her pass knocked away by Morales, only momentarily, though, because it goes right back to Henriques. She's able to drive in strong and lay it in.
You know what? That's been the story of the night. Second chance opportunities for Hunter. And once Henrique puts the ball on the floor, it's over.
So Coach Katrozos wants to talk it over with 7:08 remaining. Baruch needs to start trading three, almost to the point of trading threes for twos with 7:08 remaining.
They need to get the ball to Castellaria. At this point, in any sport, you got to go with your best. Now, arguably, Castellaria is the best player. I don't want to take anything away from my dear. I don't want to take anything away from Lola DeLuca.
I mean, she's your leading scorer for a reason, Joe.
Right. And this is where people step up. And you know what, David? Someone's got to step up right now. It's what you lace them up for in the morning. Next man up, next woman up.
Make some noise, make some noise. Game's not over, game's not over.
It's a 17-point game, a little over 7 minutes remaining. And it looks like the Hawks continue to set up in that full court trap.
I think that Baruch took a really big hit on Tuesday at John Jay. Don't know if they came in with the mindset tonight.
Dangerous pass there from McCray over to Idea as Drake got a hand in there.
Well, they got to get the ball to Castellaria, and she's got to create. Where is she?
Nice move there by Morale. Shot way off, though. DeLuca, they're going to call the foul on DeLuca over the back.
I don't know about that, David. I think she just got the ball in position. She didn't go over the back.
So now Murray inside to Henriques. Henriques inside out. Drake on the far side. High arcing shot around and halfway out. No good. Stratton on the offensive glass. And Castellaria gets her pocket picked by Alexa Charles. Charles the other way into the lane, going up to the basket with the right hand. Shot no good. Ooh, Morales bumped underneath. They're going to call it on Charles. And that'll go back to Baruch.
Well, it's hard to figure this game out, David, because, again, both teams have, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I don't think Baruch was ever able to get into that type of rhythm necessary.
Idea now on the far side. DeLuca up top. Ball swung around the perimeter. Castellaria gets it. She'll be quick to pull a three. Shot no good. We're going to call a moving screen there on Idea. We've seen Baruch get hit with that a lot tonight. I think that's their fourth.
Yeah, it's happened regularly. And, again, David, if you have good ball movement and you're moving as a player, you just screen and go. No reason to stay around. Well, that's too easy. Baruch gave up.
And if you didn't have a chance to make it out here tonight, don't forget Wednesday, February 11th, it's the last home game of the regular season. It is Bearcat Appreciation Day, a.k.a. Senior Night, here at the Arc Arena as Baruch will host the Cardinals of your college.
Well, Baruch, again, we're hoping for the best as we get close to playoffs.
And the Bearcats will actually finish their season with 2 games on the road on the 14th and the 17th at Lehman and City College, respectively. And a wedge shot there by DeLuca, so it'll stay there with the Bearcats.
David, I believe that's about the 4th wedge we've seen this season. I remember as a little kid playing basketball, we tried to wedge the ball, couldn't. And then we wondered when it happened, how do we get this thing done?
We normally use the shoe, Joe.
Really?
That was our method. Because if we didn't have a second ball laying around, which a lot of times we did, but if you didn't have a second ball and you didn't have, I know I can't touch rim, so if you didn't have anyone that could get to the rim.
Well, we used to hoist one of our friends up.
Oh, that works too, yeah.
As soon as we all started to lift weights, we used to hoist. Well, then we'd have to go get a maintenance guy who didn't speak English, so literally had to go on the street back in Brooklyn to get somebody to get the ball out.
And Drake leaves that one behind. Now Idea up ahead to Castillo-Laurier, but Charles again, transition defense as Henriques will save it. Charles runs through, instead gives it over to Murray. Swung around the perimeter, Drake back to Murray. Murray waiting for Henriques to get into the block. Step through move. She's fouled on the way through.
Hey, I'll tell you.
I think that should have been a jump, Joe. Sorry, continue.
No, Enrique's got some moves down low. I believe people have worked with her.
That's
Well, Coach K has a point that it was ball.
Well, 70-48. Enriques knocks down the first. And good on the second.
Well, I'll tell you, Enrique is pretty impressive as a player. She's got skill. She's obviously got size. Give her credit, showing some stamina. Good defense there.
Idea's three is blocked. Castillo-Laurier gets to the rebound, though. Throws it right into the hands of Drake. It was almost, I think, a little even surprised herself that the ball came right at her. Charles, nice step through move and able to finish with the right hand.
Well, Charles has put together some good numbers tonight. Game has gotten out of hand. And credit Hunter.
And Charles going to go coast to coast here and lay it in. And how many times have we seen that today, Joe? Charles either the pickpocket from behind or just a poke by and able to get out on the fast break.
Well, she certainly has lived up to her reputation. Is she the best player in CUNY and maybe
one of the better ones in the country?
Yeah, I mean, hard to argue. She checks all the boxes. Just as we said that she misses, but overall,
she's a high volume shooter, Joe. 29 points on 28 shots, 11 rebounds, and 9 steals. She's 1 steal away from a triple-double. She's obviously missed the last 3 games through injury. Back now. So high volume shooter, maybe chalk that up to maybe not getting into the rhythm, but probably the best performance we've seen in a women's game here so far this season.
Yeah. It's really, she's shown flashes of a lot of things.
And she was probably her and Mia Castillo were going back and forth last year for the best player in CUNYAC. Eventually went to Castillo. However, it is Charles's conference now as Murray's able to glide right through and lay it in with the right hand.
Murray, that's a pretty big-time move by Murray. Well, you got to marvel at players like Charles. They're just born basketball players.
Idea steps out and knocks down they're going to say it was a 2.
Well, let's always remember Idea is a big-time player. Certain games, things happen, but she's a player. Let's not forget that.
Now Charles inside to Henriques. That batted around. Eventually gets there, though, and Henriques able to lay it in, and Coach Garrett just wants to call timeout to make some subs. And it's going to be a full new 5 here for the Hawks.
David, the Lady Bearcats have to learn a lot about the game. Really how you make adjustments. You practice all week, but, in the game you got to make adjustments on the fly. And you have to take away literally what the other team has been successful. Guess what? In this game, Hunter's been successful on a few plays they've done over and over, whether it's Charles, whether it's Enrique.
Now Idea driving in, going in strong. Shot no good, but she'll go to the line with 1:11 left. Not a lot of minutes also for Brianna Lopez here in the second half, Joe.
Well, also Thornton Lewis, who started the game, she has not played. Now, you can never go wrong with McCray or Mitchell. McCray with a knee injury that she's played, valiantly through. But Thornton Lewis, coach, thought he might get production from. Obviously, Lopez, he inserts, to make plays. Tonight, it just didn't happen. Hunter, by no means, played a great game, but they just made plays, David, when they did. I mean, it's just that simple.
Hunter right now 2 games back in the CUNYAC from Brooklyn College, who remains undefeated at 10-0, and a game ahead of Lehman in the standings in the conference as well.
Well, there's some good teams, right? Now, if I'm Hunter, I got this weapon in Charles, and she can take you places.
And that's the thing, Joe, right? It's like we saw Brooklyn last week, and they have great talent across the floor, but it's a win by, score by committee, right?
Right.
At any time, I'd be very comfortable having the best player in the game on my team.
I could go a long way with Enrique and Charles. If you have a quality guard and a quality big underneath, that's a good
inside-out combo.
If I'm Hunter, I could go to sleep at night knowing I got a realistic shot.
They combined for 49 points tonight, almost matching the Bearcats single-hand. Just between the two of them as DeLuca banks that one in.
Now remember, DeLuca, if you're Baruch Nation, you're seeing a young lady, a freshman, who's no longer a freshman. She's really got some ability. I just like her game a lot.
And that should do it as the Hunter Hawks hold the ball to run out the clock. It's going to be an 81-53 loss here for the Bearcats in the opening game of the Battle of Lex.
Well, tough loss on the Battle of Lexington for the Lady Bearcats.
And at 7:30, we will have the second game. It'll be the men's game between the Hawks and the Bearcats. But, Joe, we kind of broke it down a bunch already. Just too much Charles, too much Enriques tonight for the Bearcats.
Well, David, you have to admit the Lady Bearcats were hot and cold. And they just couldn't get over that hump to mount an attack. And Hunter just hung around and just got it done. It wasn't by far a perfect game, but the thing about it is that there were times when Baruch could have made a comeback, but it just wasn't their night. Now, what do you say in the locker room with your coach, Kay? Keep your heads up. We're still in this. And you're always trying to get the win. No giving up.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say, now you got a coach because everybody's feeling bad. They got their head down. Can't do that. If you got to win at all costs now. This next game is right there.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, Joe. I mean, would you rather have, when you're on a bit of a losing streak, would you rather have that next game right around the corner? I mean, they do have 6 days off. So, granted, good to be able to get back into the gym and get some practice in.
Well,
however, you get to sit on this a little bit, too.
Their last game against John Jay, they took a hit.
So and the game before Brooklyn, too, they lost big as well.
So, this has been a stretch where you're starting to think, am I that good or am I not good? So, This is a coach now or coaching staff that's got to say, you know what, you are good. No excuses. Let's just go to work, David. That's it.
And they're playing a York team next on senior night that they beat at York on January 16th by 12. So they know they could beat the upcoming opponent. Granted, they struggled against Brooklyn at Brooklyn when they played against John Jay the first time around. They actually won, so you expected probably a bit of a closer game, especially since they won against John Jay here at the Arc Arena. And now Hunter, they lost both of those meetings, so at least you're going into a game that you've already in about 2 weeks ago against York College that you've won recently.
Yeah, nothing remedies this feeling but a win. You can't. Whatever you say, Baruch must win.
And they'll go for that win on Senior Night Bearcat Appreciation Day. It's February 11th. It's at 5:30, the women's game, followed by the men's game. We will step aside and be back in about 20 minutes to preview the men's game. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.